Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty Group, and welcome back to this week's Pick 5. Now, one of the big conversations so far in 2026 has been about the return of the entry-level home. There is a lot of product in that market, I'm not gonna lie, but how much quality product exists and what is entry-level? That's what I wanna talk about today as we look at the beaches. Now, I've done many pick fives on the beaches over the years, or the beach if you happen to live there and you want to be snide and correct the rest of us as to what you call your area. But when you consider entry level, and I'm talking in the central core, and I'm talking single family, we're talking freehold, I'm thinking roughly in the $1.1 to $1.4 million range. Now you might say, well, that's not entry level because I can get a townhouse for $899, or I can get this 2-bedroom over here for $999. For the most part, in the central core of Toronto, that is the entry-level area. That is your typical semi-detached 3-bed, 2-bath, although as we will see today, there's a variety of entry-level homes that we're gonna look at in the beach. So let's go to our map here. And what I've done, guys, is I've looked at the lowest priced 5 properties in the beach, and we're gonna look at them regardless. I'm not cherry picking here. I'm not saying, well, this one I don't like, or this one's unrenovated. I wanna say, what's entry-level on the beach, and what do you get? So, take a look at the 5 here, as you can see, and we're all kind of priced around the same. We've got 1299, 1299, 1195, 1149, and 1199. Sound like a broken record. I'm gonna go here, guys. I'm gonna show you, this is the Fraser Institute rankings. And what's so important about the beach is the fact that there are exceptional schools. Now check this out here. This is Q Beach. It ranks an 8.2. This here, oh, that's a Catholic school, St. Denis. Okay, this here, Courcelette ranks a 9.7. Balmy Beach ranks a 9.2, and then over here, Williamson, womp womp, only a 7.9. The point is, the beach has incredible public schools, and I don't necessarily know that you're saying, well, I have to buy in the Q Beach School District. I don't want to go to Williamson, or I want to be in Williamson, and I really don't want to be in Balmy. Point is, they're all phenomenal schools, and yeah, to be honest, like Courcelette, 9.7, you don't really get much. Well, 42nd out of 3,000, you don't really get much that's ranked higher than this. So let's start over here, guys. So this is our first one we're going to take a look at. This is 155 Neville Park Blvd. And as I said, I'm not cherry picking here today. I want to show you what is entry level in the beach. We are detached, which is phenomenal because we're listed at 1149. We're 22 days in the market. So it's not 1149 with an offer date looking for 15. No, this is something that has been sitting on the market. It's a 30-foot frontage, which is phenomenal, 135 deep. But then you're gonna start to look at things like this. Partial basement, we've got heat is other / oil, AC is none. So what are we looking at here, guys? Well, we're looking at a project. As I said, what is entry level? Not cherry picking. We wanna look and see. That's fairly original on the inside. So the question becomes, at 1149, what could you do to this and how much is it gonna cost you? So typical inside of any older home in terms of the layout, of course, they haven't taken down these interior freestanding walls, is what I'm getting at, but they also haven't really done much to improve the property. And I say that with all due respect. It looks like a house that's been lived in, it's been loved, lived and loved. It sounds like something you'd buy at HomeSense and probably use for staging. Live, laugh, love. You know that thing that everyone had, like, I don't know. Who would, everyone has that. Why would you want that? Okay, so we got a red kitchen, okay. We got parquet floors, we got a couple different flooring types. And we've got a banister that looks like it was turned into a bookshelf, which is kind of neat. We've got an older window, we've got a teal, is that teal, turquoise, something like that, okay. Lots of colors happening. Does that look like the ceiling? Does that look like the roof? Can I see that? Can I see the roof from inside? Okay, we're looking at the moon, which is exceptional. What we're looking at, guys, we're looking at a project. So you've got a 30-foot frontage. You have a detached house, and it's listed for $1,149,000. So let's say you get this thing for $1,100,000. What's your reno cost? And you can see here plaster, right? Plaster is really hard to work with, but they're big bedroom sizes. So, you know, it's not move-in ready. And most certainly this is, when you look at, see this here, right? That's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Is it a down to the studs gut? I don't think it's a down to the studs gut. And there you can see the reverse ravine, as we call it, when it's sort of sloping down. Probably not the best for water drainage. Let's take a few more. Ooh, that's a situation there. Yeah, there we go. As I said, I'm not cherry picking. I'm showing you the lowest price. Okay, the reverse ravine. So first of all, I mean, amazing. You have a forest in your backyard. I think that if you're raising a young family, that would be very popular. Go ahead, guys. Just be home for dinner. Did that a lot in the 80s. I literally won't even let my daughter walk out on the front porch. But when I was 5 years old, I was riding my bike out to the store to get Scotty. Now I'm that guy. We all do it when we get older, back in my day. But point is, this backyard to me, which is essentially like having a forest in your backyard, be amazing for kids. And let's face it, if you're moving to the beach, you're probably outdoorsy and artsy because that's what the vibe is. So you can see in the back, that's the house on the neighboring street, and you guys you're sharing your backyards, but it's this slope downwards. As I said, it's probably not great for water, sloping down into your yard, but phenomenal lot. And just the idea of having that nature behind you is amazing. So it needs work. We know that. And then there's a lot of, these are interesting, okay? We got some aerial shots here, like how they're putting a little red dot for the house. And some monsters, right? Like, let's go back here. Like, this is a big money street. Look at this one. Look at this one. And this is just this original little house. It's not in great shape. It needs some love. There you go. Location, phenomenal. So that's the first one, guys. And you can see here, SC, it's sold conditional. So somebody likes it. Detached, 30 feet, 135 deep with the forest in your backyards for your kids to get lost. Built in 1920 and a lot of originality in that house. Okay, so the next one here, guys, 106 Willow. Fascinating listing. Fascinating listing. And I'm going to show you why in a moment. So first, let's go to the map, which actually, let me show you Neville Park, because I didn't do that. So here's Neville Park. It's over here. It's closer to the Courcelette School. And you have, where was Williamson over here, Q Beach over here. Then you can see Willow. Thank you, Google, for ratting me out. Can you imagine if you went somewhere you're not supposed to go and then somebody in your family looked at your computer and was like, what were you doing at the insert terrible place to go to here? So yes, 106 Willow is next, and that is where we're gonna go to, 106 Willow. Thank you, no surprise. We're right off of Queen Street, but are we too close to Queen Street? Let's zoom in here and see. Yes, okay. So this is Queen, and here's 106 Willow. We are literally right next to Queen. Now you wanna be steps to the main drag, but do you wanna be step to the main drag? Let's say behind you, I see here the Haven Cafe. Let's say behind you, you've got a restaurant and there's garbage outside, or they're slamming the door of a dumpster, or I don't know, worst case scenario, you got rats or something. But do you want to be the first or second or third house in from the main drag? That is what needs to be examined here. So this is detached, it's 2-story, 19.5 by 137, 3-bed plus 1 3-bath. It's got a private driveway. I mean, it's looking pretty freaking good at 1195. What are we missing? Well, look how far set back it is. That's interesting. And I'm going to take you to Street View afterwards. See this? That is unique. Now we'll go to Street View, as I said, and here you can see on the inside, there's not a ton to this one. It looks like one of those sort of, quick renos, just before, listing, and not a lot of love on the inside, right? We didn't stage it, but you get the idea. And again, I sound defensive here, but I didn't title today's Pick 5, glorious properties in the beach. I said entry level in the beach. We want to know, what do we expect to get? So it looks like they just came in, they stained the floors, although maybe this was tenanted and they did this beforehand. Everything's white, dark brown. There's not a lot, and we're gonna have to go through all 50 of these photos. I'm gonna keep you here. We're gonna keep going here. But there's not a lot really to explore in this house, just photos of empty rooms. Let's get going. Can I click faster? Okay, keep going. Dehumidifier or humidifier, you never know. And electric panel. Okay, I mean, they've done what they can do, right? Okay, so there you go. And this is what we need to explore, obviously. So this here is the building on Queen Street, but we're gonna go to Street View because this is a fascinating one. So let's go up to 106 Willow and we'll go to Street View. So check this out, guys. Talk about unique. Here we go. Oh, they've blurred it out. Okay, so here's Queen Street. As I said, there's always a laneway between. And then this is the property. It's way back here, and they've blurred it out for some reason. So really, really interesting. And then even more interesting, let's close this up here. Even more interesting is the listing history. So if you go back, and you can see we're at 1195 here, up for lease, 1195, 1195, 1195, 1299, 1299, 1499, 1499, 589, 699, 629, 649, 695, 749, 749, 999, 999. This at one point was a development play. That was the idea behind it. It's an exceptionally unique lot. The fact that it's next to Queen Street, it's set back from the street, it's a really, really different property, and it makes it very hard to value. So let me take you to Geo, and here we go. See this here, 106? As I said, there's a laneway here, and then there's this house way back here that they blurred out on Google Street View, but that's it, guys. And so you think about, as I said, it's been listed many, many times as high as $2 million. Is this a development play? Is it unique enough, and can you maybe change the zoning, the fact that it's next to commercial, to build a multiplex, to do multiple properties on here? We talk about laneway housing in the city of Toronto. So that's likely why we saw this thing priced here so many different times. And in terms of why it's not selling, I don't know, maybe it's the listing history, but 1195 for a detached on a 19.5 by 137 3-bed plus 1 3-bath, phenomenal value. Maybe people don't like that it's so set far back. Maybe they want more traditional, but I don't know. I look at the front of that house and I think that's a pretty good purchase for 1195. Okay, so now we're into 262 Silver Birch Avenue. Now this one has an offer date, so I'm not going to say that it's 1199. Let's do this. We're going to go back first. Let's see the listing history on Silver Birch. 1199 in October of 2025. Now, you can see before it was tenanted in 2020, so it looks like this was an investment property. They put it up for 1199 in 2025 with an offer date, didn't move. Now they're back at 1199. Here we are in 2026. So great entry-level home, 14.1, it's a little bit narrow, 118.6, 3-bed plus 1 2-bath. We have legal front pad parking. This is a box checker. This is sort of that quintessential first-time buyer home in the beach. The first two, were both a little bit different, but other than being 14 feet and a little bit snug, this one's pretty awesome, right? You walk in, no hall closet. That's always my pet peeve when I get into a narrower house or a smaller house. But let's go back here, guys. Let's say that you had, a half wall here, a closet, like it just doesn't work. So great staging, great presentation, area agents who definitely know how to sell in this area. Yeah, say what you want about staging, but in photos like this, it works. This house looks really, really nice. So it looks fairly upgraded. Some people might want to take out this wall and make a little bit more open concept. When you get into a house that is this small, I don't say this small, but you get into a house that's 14.1 or just say any semi in general, people want to take down the interior freestanding walls, not because they're addicted to the open concept vibe, but rather you want to maximize the space. So you get into the kitchen and you see the kind of fridge sitting up, see this chair rail here, tells me the fridge didn't always go there, but the kitchen maybe a little bit dated. You can tell by the countertops. It's big enough. You have a ton of space in here. You could reconfigure this kitchen and you're, potentially, as I said, if you want to take down the wall and do an island there, completely reconfigure this, right? Put the fridge here, put the stove in the island or something like that. Don't listen to me. I'm not a designer. This is the wall. That's what I meant. I'm not an architect either. Play one on TV though. Okay, again, beautiful staging. I love this. This looks like, to me, this looks like something that wasn't here and then we put it in on staging day, right? So, ooh, artsy, I like this. Yeah. Remember when staging wasn't even a thing? I have to go back to my roots in 2004. So basement. Yes, you've got a bulkhead here, but it's high enough. You're standing up there. We've got the front entrance in case, everyone, I want to have a basement apartment. Yeah, maybe it sounds like a good idea, but do you want someone living underneath you and your children? Daddy, who's the man in the basement? Okay, so there you go, backyard. It's a great yard. It's a deep lot, as we mentioned. Love the summer photos. Good on these guys for keeping those on file. I've got a few listings right now where we've got summer photos. I've got one in Springdale that's got a koi pond in the backyard. Actually, the owner was like, David, you need to make sure you tell people those are goldfish and not koi. I'm a marine biologist, but regardless, I like the fact that they've got, the summer photos, like specifically this one is here. So amazing house, location-wise, Silver Birch. A little bit closer to Kingston Road up here, all in great school districts. I think this one here, is this Williamson over here? No, that's Balmy Beach, of course. So you're what, a 10-minute walk down to prime Queen Street? What do they want for this? I don't know, probably 1.4, something like that. Tried it in the fall, didn't get what they want, changed strategies, life happens, who knows why they took it off the market. But here we are in this market. I think this one will do very, very well. So continuing along, looking at the 5 lowest price entry-level homes, we're now at 58 Hammersmith. Now this is a very non-traditional. So 1299 says duplex. It's actually, you can see here, in a big row of what you would consider semi-detached homes, except each of those halves has 2 units in it. So when you get down, I'm going to show you Hammersmith here. When you get down south of Queen Street, there's some phenomenal homes, but there's also a lot of apartment buildings, multiplexes, and duplexes. And this is a purpose-built duplex. So for the single family, you might say, well, David, you said we're going to do the 5 entry-level homes and the beach. This is an entry-level home. It just depends on who you are and what you need. If you were to take one of these units, rent the other one out. Great, you can make that happen. Maybe it's a multifamily situation, but regardless, let's take a look at the photos. So you can see from the front, as I mentioned, right? Unit up here, door here, door here. So these are not your, how would I say this? You know, like so many of the quote unquote triplexes in the city of Toronto, it's like, this is a single family home and you just put up a piece of drywall on a door. No, this is a purpose-built duplex. This is, when you hear the word duplex or you watch a really crappy movie with, I want to say Ben Stiller and Drew Barrymore or something like that, in New York, a duplex, it's purpose-built. What we have in Toronto, all of these triplexes, they're not really, this is a single family home and you literally just reconfigured it. You put a stove and a kitchen upstairs. This here, small apartment building, let's say, right? Not just duplex, small apartment building. So finishes aren't great, but what's great here is the space. What's great is the layout. This feels like, because it was, purpose built. So a 2-bed, 1-bath, and then, right, a 2-bed, 1-bath in the other unit. And, oh, the staging beds, the grandma and grandpa beds. Nice photo out front, got the Canadian flag. Okay, that's it for photos, guys. I mean, there's not a heck of a lot. So note here, and you were gonna ask this, basement unfinished. Now, do they have a floor plan? No. Ah, they do, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at the floor plan. There's not much to this because obviously the units are gonna be more or less mirror images of each other. And again, it's very hard when we have a property that's tenanted because you're not allowed to photograph tenants' personal property without their permission. So when you see a listing and it's only got a handful of photos, don't say, oh, look at these agents, they didn't go in and take photos on their iPhone. No, it's usually because you're not allowed. Okay, so here, this is the first unit. Living, dining, kitchen, and then you've got 2 bedrooms behind. And we're loading up here, but I think you get the gist of it. The one upstairs is gonna be identical. And then you've got this long hallway here. So that's maybe my kind of rub, but that feels like, an old school apartment. Oh, that's the only, that's it, that's the floor plan. Okay, so the other one's identical. So that's it, 2 units, living, dining, kitchen, big hall, 2 bedrooms and a bath. And so again, maybe not for you if you were looking at something like Silver Birch, but what about the last one here? The last one, we gotta knock one of these out of the park. Ah, okay, so 268 Kenilworth. I mean, Silver Birch was an amazing house, so call that knocked out of the park. So 268 Kenilworth, the first thing that you'll notice if you're like me is there's no parking here. And what I'm finding after that winter that we just had, a lot of my clients that are looking to buy, that are making concessions and accepting the trade-offs, they said they would do without parking, but now they want one because half the street spaces are giant icebergs. And you're driving around looking at real estate and you're parking 3 blocks away and you're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to schlep groceries to my house when I have to park 2 blocks away. So with this one here, I mean, this has been on the market a while, so I'm not going to say that's the reason it's not moving. But let's take a look. Semi-detached 2-story, 18 by 100, 3-bed, 2-bath. You've got the finished basement, 1,299 with a price change. So let's look into it first. Let's see. Okay, so price change from 1,299. You can see here, 2021 bought for $1,360,000, and the price change from what? Was this a list low increase situation? Yeah, $999. Okay, so we didn't hit our mark and now we're back up to 1.3. But 1.3 for this house, guys, I'm gonna say still a very, very good price. So let's take a look at the photos. Very popular street. Can I just go to the map? Okay, here we are at Kenilworth, right? So this is closer to Kingston Road. But again, still like what, a 10-minute walk down. So really, really nice house. And let's get inside it here. Beautiful staging, another local agent. That's awesome. That's not a coincidence, right? The fact that we've got the dog in here. So another local area agent, phenomenal staging. Love the vibe in this. And you've got a nice brick wall in the front. This is gonna be pretty. Nice big 6-person table. Why is this not sold? This is an amazing house. Wow. Living room in the middle. Okay, that's different. We've seen so many semi-detached houses. We always walk in and it's living, dining, kitchen. Here they flipped it and it works. I like it. Wood burning fireplace. Oh, I would kill for a wood burning fireplace. Love the brick. I cannot believe this has not moved. This is an amazing house. So this is it, guys. This is entry level. This is phenomenal entry level beaches. This, if you are looking in the beach and you're in that, as I said at the opening, 1.1 to 1.4, this is 1.299. You're not going to do better than this house here. Wow. Love this. Oof. I mean, maybe it was the parking space, right? Like I said, a lot of my clients now are like, no, we need a parking space. I had a colleague who had a place on Springdale, didn't sell, on offer night, no offers, super underlisted. And it was like, well, it had no parking. I just think the winter we had was tough. But this thing's sharp. This is beautiful. And if you're asking, what's this in the background? Well, It's not an $8 million house, if that's what you're asking. The beach has a really big mix of houses, apartments, multiplexes. We showed the one on Hammersmith. So there you go, back entrance. 2 barbecues, good for you guys. Or maybe it's somebody's patio furniture. A little backyard, not little actually. So there you go, so 268 Kenilworth. So 18.42 by 100. The backyard actually did not look snug at all, but it's very hard to sell a backyard in the dead of winter when you've got 3 feet of snow. So I don't know why this one hasn't moved. It is phenomenal value at 1,299. And chances are by the time you watch this Pick 5, that will have in fact sold. So that's it, guys. That is 5 properties. I don't think I rushed through those, but as you can see, they're spread out pretty well throughout the beach. Anytime you're south of Queen Street, you're going to be either one of these massive, beautiful, $5 million homes, or you might be one of these duplexes, triplexes. A lot of multiplex built down there. We saw this one on Willow. That was super interesting. So close to Queen Street, blurred out on Google Street View. Originally listed as a development play. That was fascinating. We had Silver Birch, the one I really liked. They've got an offer date. We had my favorite one up here in Kenilworth that I can't believe did not sell. And then we had, which one was this? Talk to me, Goose. Neville Park, the renovation project. So that's it, guys, for this week. Hope you enjoyed this look at the beach. Entry level, yes, it is possible to get into the beach proper in a nice house for under $1.3 million. Wow. Guys, if you want to have Pick 5 emailed to you every week when we launch, go to torontorealtyblog.com/pick5, sign up, and you'll receive an email, usually on Thursdays when we put our videos out on YouTube. And thanks for watching, as always. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you here next time on Pick 5. Bye for now.